What's up, grinders? Not the gays, but the hustlers. In this video, I'm going to show you guys some of the damages that I suffered post Hurricane Milton. It actually wasn't that bad, to be honest. It could have been a whole lot worse. But we're going to start off right here in the living room. So this was the house that was damaged in Ian. I fixed it up, and then there was one room that I was renting out, and the tenant left and a new tenant came in. And as soon as that tenant came in, this hurricane came and flooded his room. So I got a text message saying that his room was flooded, and he lived here for all of like 3 days. So to start off, this is the living room. Everything was pretty good here. There was a little bit of a leak that happened right over here where the fan is. And this leak, I think you can still see the trail mark right there. That pretty much tells me that it was coming from the balcony. As far as this wall, I'm always worried about this one because this one also had a leak as of like maybe 2-3 months ago, and it looks like it's fine. I ran the water meter through here, or the moisture reader through here, and everything was fine. The only thing that happened outside right over here is there's this house that's being built right across the street over there, and all that dirt washed up right over here. So I got some of it out, some of it is still here. So yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. I mean, I could probably tell them to do a better job at hiding or picking up their garbage, but anyways, all that garbage flew into this house. So at least that's what one of the tenants was telling me. There was a bunch of stuff that was blowing out the window, and that's not good. Let's see. Over here, that curtain fell. And I also realized I was trying to find out where the water intrusion happened in here. And it turns out this room didn't flood or anything. Everything was good. That curtain that's on the floor, it was a little bit damp at the bottom. I'm not really sure why. But then once I inspected the place a little bit, I thought maybe it came in from that crack over there. Not really likely. But then I found this little hole right over there. And with at least with the winds that we had and the rain that we had, I'm pretty sure that that little hole was enough to get all of this soaked, and then I had to patch that up because it pretty much took that wall with it. And also the previous owners, they put the curtain up on a previous patch, so it's obviously not going to hold that well, and I just repatched it, and now I'm going to find a new way to hang that up there. I'll probably have to tape it up. So yeah, anyways, that's all for this room. This was all right. Living room was fine. No damages over there. No damages up here. Or actually, that's a lie. All the damages were up here. So let's see. The stairs were leaking. So there was a lot of leaks. But the tenant said he almost slipped while he was going down the stairs. I don't know how true that was. Maybe he was just being over dramatic. Maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, because this did used to leak, and if you could see there, you can see there's a little crack. I have no idea how that happened, but you can see the water stains, and then there was also water stains over here, which aren't there anymore, but I was able to take some pictures the following day. And the other room was fine. I'm not gonna go in there, but that room was fine, so that's good. Supposedly, one of the tenants said that this right here was leaking, the hallway, but the other tenant said he didn't see a leak. So I think what ended up happening was the balcony was obviously leaking again. By the time that I got here the following day, all of this was dry. So if it was dry when I got here, that means that the leak wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse, which is good. All of this was wet over here though. So it was pretty moist. You can see some watermarks there. And now it's all dried, which means the house still needs repairs, but not as bad as I thought they were going to need. Which means I'm making progress, because this whole thing used to flood with any little storm. So the fact that it took this much of a storm for me to see damage, that means we're on the right track. So we just got to upgrade a few things. Always got to try and stay positive. Now out here. Okay, so over here, this is a terrible job. I know it was, but Home Depot was running out of supplies, and I just had to make the best with what I got. So I will come and redo all of this. I couldn't find a membrane, so I ended up using flex tape, which I think would have worked all right. It's just I put it wrong, and I get it. All of this looks like a botched job, and I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna end up fixing all of that, so I'm gonna rip all that out and then redo it. I'm gonna use, that was a roof sealant that I used for the balcony, but I'm gonna end up ripping all that up and using liquid rubber. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna put a membrane over here, so in case we do ever get another powerful storm like that, it won't penetrate. Hopefully, because I keep saying that it's not going to penetrate, but it still does, and now it's starting to get frustrating. So the next step, this next part is pretty much for me. So I'm gonna just outline all the different things that I need to do to this house, just so I can come back and reference this video, and then I can make a note of all the things that I got to take care of. So to start off with this house, the very first thing that I need to do is I need to fix this balcony. So the video that I just showed, that balcony, I'm gonna have to put a membrane all around here. So all those corners, I'm gonna put a membrane, and then I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna seal that with liquid rubber, and then I'm gonna do the same thing to the balcony. I mean, not the balcony, to the roof. So that one's gonna be a hell of a project. That'll probably be an all-day thing, I'm thinking. I'm gonna add liquid rubber first layer, then I'm gonna put a membrane all over the entire roof, and then I'm gonna add 2 or 3 more coats of liquid rubber all over it. After that happens, I shouldn't have any more issues. The next thing that I need to take care of is this dome, because this dome just keeps leaking on me. So again, same thing, liquid rubber up there. The dome is kind of like this big tubular thing that just erects up from well, actually here. So yeah, so this little tunnel on the outside, I'm gonna wrap it with the membrane all the way across, and then I'm gonna seal it, and then I'm going to put silicone all over the glass, because if you could see, you know, the last owner, they kind of botched this job. So I plan on fixing this by I'll probably add the spray on silicone. I'll spray that whole thing down, and not quite sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna end up just covering that whole entire dome, because I'm getting sick of it. What I really should do is replace the entire dome, or just take the dome out and then close it. But that's a lot of money, and I don't really have that kind of money right now. So anyways, that's what I'll do upstairs. I think after I do that, all these issues should be fine. Oh, the next thing that I want to do is I want to grab Red Guard or a similar type of thick sealant. And I've never had a contractor tell me if this works or not, but I'm gonna end up painting let me see if I can get it here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add that white Red Guard all up on the outside of the house. It's like a roof sealant. It's typically used for coating flat roofs, but I'm gonna use it for, I'm gonna use all that to coat the outside, because the stucco here is terrible. I think a lot of, when we get big storms, I think water seeps through. So I'm gonna use that Red Guard. I'm gonna coat the outside of, I'm gonna use that wall. I'm gonna coat that entire wall, and then I'm going to paint over it after it's coated, because the Red Guard, once it cures, it gets really tough and really hard. So then I'll be able to just go over it with regular paint, and it should be fine. Because I feel like the neighbors or whoever owns that house over there, I feel that like that's what they did. So I'm going to try to do something similar. The only reason why I keep holding off on it is because, number one, whenever I come out here and spend a whole day working, I get home and I'm exhausted. So that, and also the fact that in order for me to end up painting this entire house outside, and it's just me by myself, it'll probably take a few days. So anyways, so I'm gonna do that. And then out here, I'm gonna end up sealing all of this over here. If you could see, I tried to do this before, and right as I finished, I didn't pay attention to the weather, and as I was headed home, the rain came and washed all of this away. So, oh look, somebody's been smoking. So yeah, I'm gonna seal all these little holes there. That's something that I need to take care of. And again, at this point of the video, all of this is just for me. To be honest, this entire video is just for me, because nobody watches this crap. But I need to take care of that. AC still good. Oh, yes. This is what I got to do. Okay, so in this room, this wall up here on the outside, right underneath that window, I'm going to end up having to paint all of this. And then I'm going to end up having to paint all of that on the outside. So that's going to be more red guard or cool guard, whatever. I'm going to slap all that on it as the first layer so it can be nice and thick. And then I'm going to paint it with the paint that matches the house or the color of the house. I really think that's all that I have to do. So I'm happy that the hurricane didn't really, like destroy this like I thought it might. Actually, I'm lying. I didn't think it was going to destroy this place. I thought this place was fortified. I was good because we went through 4 big storms and there was no more water leaking. Everything was good. Then this guy comes, this Milton character comes and floods the room that I had just rented. Which, to be honest, I'd rather it have been this room than the room from the other 2 tenants, because as of right now, I know these 2 guys a little better and they're awesome people, great tenants, never miss a payment, don't bother me for anything, and that's awesome. So I don't know this new tenant that well, but as of now, he seems pretty cool. But anyways, he was understanding, which is good. The crazy part is that he was just like, oh yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, because he didn't let me know that his place was flooding. It was actually the other tenant that was next door. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, note to self: you gotta seal the balcony, seal the entire roof, seal the cement, the little foundation cracks that are outside on the edge of the house, and then I gotta hit some red guard or cool guard on 3. It's 3 walls. 1, 2, 3 walls, and I don't know which 3 walls those are. And and then that dome, gotta take care of it. So that's it's good progress. I better get to it. That's probably gonna be, I'm gonna give myself, it'll be probably for me, just by myself, probably a 40-hour job. I'm thinking that'll be 1 whole work week to try to get this done. If I had help, it'd be a lot easier, but since it's just me, and also it's a learning curve, so I got to get over the learning curve and then still do this, I think it's going to take me a while. But looking forward to that challenge, and see you guys on the next one.